The slicer must be cleaned before you use it every time. You also may need to do additional cleanings, like if the slicer was already cleaned and hasn't been used since then. For this, just wipe with a damp cloth. Or, if you don't slice in order, clean it in between meats. But no matter what, after a slicing session, you need to fully clean the slicer. You need your blue cleaning brush, SaniStation sanitizer and cleaner, water-only bottle, cleaning cloths, and cut-resistant gloves. Remember, before cleaning, you need to test your SaniStation. If it tests too low, mix up a new bottle. This is the only time your hands should be near the blade. You want to make sure you're being safe. Make sure the slicer is off and unplug it. Put on cut-resistant gloves with plastic gloves on top to help keep the cut-resistant gloves clean. The first step is to open up the slicer. Remove the green bin and pusher plate. You will wash and sanitize these separately in the 3-compartment sink. Unscrew the carriage star knob, which will let the carriage fully open. If it doesn't open all the way, check the dial to make sure it is fully closed past 0. Then try opening the carriage again. Now unlatch and remove the blade cover. Clean and sanitize this in the 3-compartment sink. Pull the scraper diagonally out to release it from the magnet, then swing it up. You're going to spray and wipe down the slicer 3 times. The first time is with warm water. Spray the slicer, then wipe off food particles. Be sure to get every part of the slicer, the top parts, underneath, and the carriage. Use the blue cleaning brush for hard-to-reach places. When doing the blade, thread the cloth into the blade, then use your hands to slowly push the blade around twice, bringing the cloth with it. This will help get the food and grease off the blade and guard. The second time is with SaniStation. Again, spray the whole slicer and wipe it down. Don't forget the blade and the handles. The third time, you're going to spray again with SaniStation, but you're going to let it sit for 60 seconds. After the solution sits on the slicer for 60 seconds, take a clean cloth, moisten it with warm water, then wipe down the entire slicer. This step is very important because it sanitizes the slicer, and the warm water helps remove the sanitizer so that the slicer doesn't get any watermarks. When you're done, put the slicer back together. Swing the scraper back down until the magnet snaps it back into place. Put the blade cover back on. Make sure the notches and pegs line up snugly and latch it. Swing the carriage arm closed and tighten the carriage star knob all the way. Put the pusher plate back on and tighten the knob. Before you finish, slide the carriage all the way away from you, then use the bottom lift lever in both hands to raise the slicer. Make sure the lever locks in place. Then, wipe underneath the machine. Lower it with the bottom lift lever using both hands. Then put the green bin back. And that's it. Remember, after every slicing session, you must fully clean the slicer.